And if you want your life to change, if you want the best for yourself, and I hope you want the best for yourself, because nobody else wants the best for you other than you. If you have this sight of yourself and you're like, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, this is the type of life I need to live, then you need to act upon that, and you need to be consistent with these goals that you're making. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Love to you all. Hey, I'm Hallie. I'm a rising senior in college, and I'm on a mission to make sure that my habits align with my ideal self, who I see myself as my vision board self, if you will. And I'm on a mission to make sure that happens throughout my career, throughout my self-development, and throughout my lifestyle in general. And so today we are going to get into a really important topic that kind of goes off of the last video, my first video that I made actually, which was about tiny habits and how they can change your life a whole lot, specifically focusing on the butterfly effect. And today I thought we talk about it a little bit more. And as important as habits are, I think once you get past, in implementing those tiny habits, then it becomes a routine. What is a routine? I mean, we have a habit, and technically, like, if you continue to do a habit, it becomes a sequence of those actions, right? By definition, a routine is a sequence of actions regularly followed, or a fixed program. So now we're transitioning from, implementing tiny habits into our life, and then we're transitioning into making those tiny habits a routine and keeping them within our life so that we see change within ourselves and we work towards our ideal self. So, okay, now we know what a routine is. We know how, taking a tiny habit and making it a routine is important. But why do routines matter in becoming our ideal self? Well, if we think about it, in order to create change, we think about how we are and who we currently are and what makes up who we are as a person. We think about what we do on a daily basis. Do you get up early? Do you sleep in? Do you go out every night? Do you eat well? Do you not eat well? Do you spend a lot of money? Are you broke? Whatever your circumstance is, what really makes a person is their routine and what they choose to spend their time doing, and what makes them up as a human being. Obviously, this could include things like personality. This can include things like their relationships, their environment, their spirituality, if they believe in something. These are our values, and those values reflect our routines. So why are these routines important in us changing ourselves, becoming our ideal selves? Well, it just makes sense, honestly. So we have our ideal self right here. We can envision her, we can see her, we literally have her written out, but then we have our current self. And there's that disconnect, there's this space right here. So what is the difference between our future self and our current self? It's our routine, it's our values, it's what we do on a daily basis, it's the different goals we have. So in order to get from here to here, we need to evaluate and see what type of routines we need to implement in order to get over here. You're right here right now, and you're going to ask your current self, what is future Hallie like? Does she wake up early in the morning? Does she have a morning routine? Does she journal? Does she pray? Does she study? Is she a good student? What type of job does she have? What type of environment is she in? Is she in a healthy environment? Is she a kind person? How does she treat other people? Is she a loyal person? Is she a good friend? Is she a good sister? Is she a good daughter? Etc. The list goes on and on and on, right? But more than anything, you're mainly asking about her routines, right? And honestly, behavior is also a routine. You don't just become nice out of nowhere. You got to practice it and put it into your routine. You got to compliment someone a day, whatever. So regardless of if it's a characteristic, regardless of if it's a daily thing that maybe you do, regardless of if it's a job, you had a routine in order to get that result. So that is why we are focusing on routines today, so that we can close this divide and that you can move from here to there within your growth journey to, obtaining your ideal self. Now that we understand the power of routine, let's talk about how we can get there. I mean, we can talk about routines all day. You can feel motivated by this video and you can be like, oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna go make a morning routine and I'm gonna go wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. I'm gonna go on a run. I'm gonna go eat healthy. I'm gonna get rid of my entire cabinet of shit food that I got sitting in there. You can say that all day. You can say that all day. You can feel that motivation all day. But what really actually makes us have this routine? And that, my friends, is consistency. Consistency is key, is probably something that you've heard 80 different times before. And it really, really is, because the more consistent you are with something, the longer you do it. And then it gets it becomes a habit, and then it makes its way over to being a routine. And you might be wondering, okay, routines are great, but why does it matter? Why is this something that I should focus my energy on? And there's really three main reasons here, and that is increased productivity, reduced stress, and improved mental health. When you have a routine, you are more productive. You get on it, you already know. Like I said, our bodies, just as human beings, we love routine, we love a pattern. We love to just, get up in the morning, and what's one of the first things you're doing before you leave your house? You're brushing your teeth, not because it's amazing for you and you don't want to stink, but also because it's something that your body literally knows to do. You rarely forget to brush your teeth. At least I hope. It's a part of routine and it increases your productivity. The first thing I do when I go to a cafe is I write out everything I need to do. And that is a routine of mine, is being a planner. I plan everything that I do when it comes to work, when it comes to honestly everything. I plan it out, I write it out, and that helps me be more productive. Let's say that your routine is to go to the gym every day. You go to the gym every day, you're on this grind, the next thing you're gonna do, you are now more productive because you are staying consistent within your routine. They also take out that factor of wasting time on decision making. Instead of waking up and be like, what should I do? God, I don't know. Maybe I could do that, or I could do that, I could do that. When you have a routine, you just get up, you already know what to do. You already know what your day's gonna look like, because you probably planned it out the night before. You probably have a little planner like me, and I plan out my days before the day even begins. So you don't waste time trying to figure out what you're trying to do, because you already have a routine. And if you don't have a routine, you have a plan at least. And you have that plan, you have everything visioned out, so you don't waste your time thinking, pondering, and then try to decide on what to do. And by the time you decide on something, half the day's already gone. And then obviously your mental health is great as well, because you're not over here stressed about doing this and that and this and that. When you have a routine, your mind is more relaxed. We are used to these routines, and you already know what your day is going to look like. At least half of your day is going to look like, because you implemented these routines. And a part of that is just stability and reduced stress. You have predictable routines, and that provides a sense of stability and control within your life. You know what your days are going to look like, and this can reduce any anxiety or stress. If you're somebody who's prone to anxiety, having a routine is so good for you, because you are not wondering about the what ifs and what if that, or I could do this and I could do that, or I could do that. You are just more relaxed because you know what your days are going to look like, because you implemented those routines into your life. And now for my favorite part, my morning routine. Honestly, night routines are important too, but here I want to focus on morning routines, because this is what starts your day off. This is what literally determines what kind of day you're going to have. And your morning routines are just so important. Your morning routine really deciphers what kind of day you're going to have, the type of mood you wake up in. If you wake up angry and you're rushing and you're looking for something and you're looking for that, you're frantic, your day is going to be full of that energy. But if you wake up, you feel fine, you chug your little water, you go to the bathroom, you go work out, you come back, you shower, you get dressed, you do your makeup, you jam out while you do your makeup. This is a completely different experience, and this is why your morning routine is so important. And this is why you're fueling your body, you're waking up with calm nerves. The first thing you're thinking about is not, oh God, what do I have to do today? Oh my God, I forgot to do this and I forgot to do that. And my room is such a mess. God, it's so messy in here. I gotta get to cleaning at some point. All right, whatever. I'm late for work. I gotta go. You're not thinking like that. You're waking up and that's what you're thinking. Of course you're not going to have an amazing day. Of course you're going to feel stressed, of course. And then you come home to a mess, your bed isn't even done, you're exhausted, and now you're like, now I gotta clean. Screw that, I'm not cleaning. And then now you're rotting in bed and your room's a mess, and it's just not good for you at all. Mental health down the drain, overall cleanliness in your environment done, productivity nothing, because you're laying in bed. And so your mornings can really change your mood and the way that your day goes. So you want to prioritize that. So now you know what a routine is like, you know how it's beneficial for you, you know a little bit about my routine, and now you're like, okay, I'm ready, Hallie, like give it to me. What should I do? Well, what we're not gonna do is just tell you to go create your own routine and follow that. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to want to change your entire life. You feel motivated, da 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 da. It's okay to slow down and start small. What I would do if I were you is I would choose two small things to implement into your day and start off very small. So I wouldn't, if you're waking up at 11 a.m. every day, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm gonna be a morning person. I'm gonna wake up at 5 in the morning. I wouldn't do that, because that's just not realistic, and you're gonna fail, and then you're going to feel shit about yourself. And then boom, a year down the line, you're like, I should create a routine, because you just felt so discouraged about it. And I went through that, and that's kind of where I'm speaking from, to be honest. But let's go back. Let's say that you just implement a simple drink water when I wake up. And I would also habit stack this. Habit stacking is when you implement a new routine into something that you're already doing, a habit that you already have. For me, for example, water was actually one of my first routines that I had down early in the morning. I literally have a water bottle right there always. And well, now I do. And I was like, I need to drink more water. I'm not drinking enough water. But you know what I did every morning though? I took my vitamins. And my vitamins were always right by my bed. And you know what I said? I was like, you know what? Something I'm really good at is taking my vitamins. I never miss a day. So why don't I introduce water into my vitamins? And when I'm taking my vitamins, drink more water than I do usually. So that is what habit stacking is you already take a pre-existing habit and you add something else to it so that they become a habit together, basically. So now every morning when I'm taking my vitamins, I also have a full glass of water that I will finish, and that helps me feel more hydrated. I feel more energized in the morning. Like, it's just a 10 out of 10 recommendation. I would do that. Another simple one is a 10-minute walk. If you're trying to get into exercising, a 10-minute walk. If you go to a cafe every day and that's already a habit of yours, go ahead and walk there tomorrow. Start walking to that cafe. Instead of driving the 2 minutes, walk the 10 minutes. That's a realistic way to start off and create a routine for yourself. Remember to be consistent. There's no use in even bothering to do this if you're not going to be consistent. So be consistent so that it can work for you and that you can actually see results and close that gap between your current self and your ideal self. Next is to use tools that will help you track your daily schedule, basically. I know a planner is, you're probably tired of hearing, plan, you need a planner, la la la, whatever. I honestly used to be like that. I'd be like, girl, I got a brain for a reason. What do I need a planner for? I can remember things, da 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 da. I promise you, just write it down. It makes you feel organized. It makes you feel like, you're low-key like that girl, like you're growing and girl bossing and whatever. It just makes you feel kind of chic. I don't know. I mean, to me it does. But even if that doesn't work for you, what will work for you is checking off, crossing out, scribbling out that task when it's done. It literally gives you freaking serotonin. Like, you literally just feel so much joy. You're like, I'm done. Like you just feel good about yourself when you're done. I know you experience this. You're sitting in bed one night and you're like, I forgot to do that. Oh my god, it was literally due like yesterday. Like, you thought that you could remember it and you didn't. And it's okay. You're human. You're not supposed to remember 80 different thousand things to do for your school and your internship and this and that and that. You're not expected to remember all those things. So write it out. Just saying. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. Okay, my last thing is to set clear boundaries with yourself. You know, when somebody invites you to go somewhere and you're like, nah, I'm sorry, I can't go. And you set that boundary with that person. At least I hope you are setting your boundaries with people. But let's use that as an example. You're like, nah, I can't come. I'm sorry. That's just not, I'm good. I don't do that. Whatever the thing is, however you set your boundaries with other people, you need to treat that like you. You need to treat yourself like another individual, and you need to set boundaries for yourself. You cannot be letting yourself do all types of shit and be convincing yourself of all types of things just because you can, just because it's you. Do not fall victim to your own thoughts, because trust and believe that your thoughts are pretty strong, but you're stronger. So whenever you set yourself out to do something, do it. Don't half-ass your life. This is not about anybody else. It's not about the next person. It's not about Becky over there. It's about you, and you are your own person. You are stuck with you for life. You are with yourself for life. It's really a beautiful thing. And if you want your life to change, if you want the best for yourself, and I hope you want the best for yourself, because nobody else wants the best for you other than you. So if you have this ideal vision, if you have this sight of yourself and you're like, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, this is the type of life I need to live, then you need to act upon that, and you need to be consistent with these goals that you're making. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time writing all this shit out, imagining vision boards, all this stuff. If you're not going to act on it and you're not going to be consistent, forget it. Stop wasting your time. Just go be a bum. Go do whatever the hell you were going to do in the first place, because there's no point in writing all this out and then leaving it. I understand it can be a routine. I mean, trust and believe that I went through that exact same thing. Do you know how many times I started over? 80 different thousand times. But my thing is, at some point, enough is enough. Enough is enough, and you actually have to act upon the things that you set yourself out to be. And my thing is, what kind of impression are you leaving on yourself when you make promises to yourself and then you don't keep them? We should be as important to ourselves as we are to the next person. You tell this person, oh yeah, I promise I'll go to that movie with you, and you are at that movie even if it was the last thing that you wanted to do. But as soon as you promise yourself something, you're not showing up for yourself. If you are not showing up for yourself, who on earth is going to show up for you? Self-love is the best love, right? You can't give out love unless you have that love for yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I can give you all the different types of quotes, but at the end of the day, you got to get that yourself, and you got to work on that yourself, and then you can start implementing these changes. So all that to say, be consistent, set boundaries with yourself. Do not make these goals just to make these goals, just to feel put together for 2 days and then let them go. Okay, sorry guys, I had to yell at you a little bit. I had to become my African auntie self for a second and really just get in your head a little. I hope it worked. I know, you know, I'm a little sensitive, so hopefully hopefully you guys aren't sensitive too and we're like, who's she yelling at? But anyways, that is pretty much all I have for routines. These are all things that I wrote for myself in my journal, like literally a year ago, when I was like, this 8-8, we're changing shit up. So I literally am reading straight from what I wrote when I was like, I'm getting my life together, and it worked, and I'm literally living proof. So when I tell you, my journal is thousands of pages deep in there, and I'm like, where did I start from? I went through my entire journey, and this is where I started from, other than the butterfly effect video. If you haven't watched, you should go watch. It's my first video ever. Give me feedback, all that. But all that to say that this is truly where I started, and it's a really great starting point. It's really what finally did it for me. I was so tired of starting over. I was literally exhausted, and it was winter too, because I was a little depressed. But the point is, I was so tired, and this is what worked for me. When I was at my lowest and I was literally truly so done with it, this is what worked for me. So if you're not, it can't get worse than that. So if you're at any better state, then this will 100% work for you. You just have to be consistent. You have to be committed to it, and you have to be committed to yourself. If you have any other tips for this, or if you have something that worked for you, please let me know, because I'm always down to learn. I love talking about stuff like this. So please let me know in the comments, or DM me, send me a message anywhere. Literally all my stuff is down below. And as y'all know, well, I guess you don't really know yet, because y'all don't really know me like that. This is literally my second video. But the point is that I'm a yapper. I talk, as you can see by my videos. But as much as I like to talk, I also like to do things. I love action. I love to see things in full effect. So expect a Sunday vlog of me implementing all the things I tell you guys about, and just a Sunday reset video, a vlog, as if you will. So expect that and stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope this helped you guys. If you have any feedback, please message me, comment it, whatever. And I want to know what 2 routines you're going to implement in your life and how you are going to keep consistent. So literally just tell me, like, so definitely share that with me so that we can hold each other accountable. And that is all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're happy and living life as you should. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here, and all love to you all. Bye. Oh yeah, that's like low-key all I have to say, bro. Like, why are you still here?